Alrighty guys, we're back for some Jund Control, and this is a Streets of New Capenna standard build. We're going to go over the deck, then hop right into some ranked, but first things first, for anyone who may not know, I'm Redcat, and I play aggro decks and any decks with red in them as well, so I hope that sounds fun to you guys. So what do we got in the build here? We have a couple Bloodchief's Thirst, and spot removal is going to be very important with all the Boros running around, right? So you might want 3 of these, honestly. Really depends what you're going up against, because I've been going up against a lot of Izzet and then a lot of Boros, and those have been like the 2 main things that I've been going up against, and it's been very tough to land on a deck that can actually deal with both of those. So we have a single dig up here. Being able to search for a basic land is pretty good, but then later on using that cleave cost to just find that one answer in your entire deck is going to be pretty good, honestly. We have 2 Infernal Grasps because, like I said, spot removal is going to be important. We have 3 Jukai Visionaries. It helps us ramp, but then it also has that channel ability where you can return X target non-legendary cards from your graveyard to your hand, so letting you recast your removal and other spells is going to be pretty darn good. We have 3 Meathook Massacres because it's Meathook. We have 4 Fable of the Mirror Breakers because it's amazing, and the main reason to play Jund over like a Golgari control is actually Fable of the Mirror Breaker. We have 3 Old Rutsteins, so this is a 3-mana 1/4 legendary creature. When it enters the battlefield or at the beginning of your upkeep, you can mill a card, or I'm sorry, mill a card. It's not a you may or anything like that. You're forced to mill, which is fine. If a land card is milled this way, create a treasure token. If a creature card is milled this way, create a 1/1 green insect creature token. If a non-creature, non-land card is milled this way, create a blood token. Okay, so over time, this gets a lot of value, and it's a 1/4, so it blocks a lot of things. A couple Riveteers Charms because it just has a lot of different effects here, and all of them could come in handy. The bottom effect is exile target player's graveyard. How many decks actually care about their graveyard right now? Like a fair number of them, so that could be pretty good. Exile the top 3 cards of your library until your next end step. You may play those cards. Okay. Draw 3 cards, essentially. It's not draw 3 cards, but you guys know what I mean. And then, or you can choose target opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker they control with the highest mana value among creatures or planeswalkers they control. So this is going to be pretty good against Goldspan or the Virtuoso decks that are still floating about. A lot of Azorius Virtuoso, a lot of Selesnya Virtuoso. So the sacrifice abilities in this deck is going to be pretty good. We have 3 big scores, helping us draw, helping us ramp. All of it's good, fixes our mana. 4 Binding of the Old Gods. The second ability lets us search for a forest, and it doesn't say basic, so we can actually go ahead and search for the Ziatora's Proving Ground. Also, just destroy target non-land permanent happens to be really, really good too. And the Death Touch part of this isn't going to come into play often, but it might. A couple Culling Rituals. Now, you don't see this card too often. A 4-mana sorcery, destroy each non-land permanent with mana value 2 or less. That's going to be pretty good against Boros and the Virtuoso builds and pretty much any other aggro deck that's still floating about. Somehow, honestly, I don't know how aggro is still doing okay with all the control and stuff that I've been running into as well. Anyways, add a black or green for each permanent destroyed this way. So this card's just good. I'm surprised we don't see it more, but we don't see a lot of Golgari decks anyways, and when we do see Jund, it usually rocks the whole Chariot with Ob Nixilis combo and also Renin 7 and stuff. So Unleash the Inferno. Speaking of Chariot, Unleash the Inferno deals 7 damage to creature or planeswalker. When it deals excess damage, destroy target artifact or enchantment an opponent controls with mana value less than or equal to the amount of excess damage. So this works wonders against Naya Runes, Selesnya enchantments, and literally any deck that rocks the Asika's Chariot as well. So it makes sense to have this in here, I think. We have a single Lolth Spider Queen. There's not a lot of ways to win with this deck. You You're kind of like pinging in for very small amounts of damage with very small creatures for the entire game, and it's going to be the same concept with the Lolth, and hopefully the spiders give us an extra way to go ahead and win the game. We have 3 Invoke Despairs because it's a terrific card, and again, that sacrifice is going to come in handy, especially when you don't want to have to target a Goldspan Dragon. We have a single Harness Infinity on the top end, an instant speed, a 7 mana instant speed card. Exchange your hand and graveyard, exile Harness Infinity. So, hey, if the game goes on too long, I mean, there are plenty of ways to get cards into your graveyard, and even if you're not using Old Rutstein or the Jukai Visionary, then what ends up happening is you're just playing the other cards, playing the other removal. The opponent's killing the Fable of the Mirrorbreaker. The you know what I mean? And then you're just putting it all into your hand. Okay, sounds good to me. So we do have a single Hive of the Eye Tyrant over here. We might want 2 of those, honestly, but I wanted enough basic lands as I'm still running into like the land destruction decks, like very rarely, but I still am. And then even when I'm not running into them, people are still playing the Field of Ruin in their builds too. So I don't know, I kind of wanted to make sure I had more basics, but you might want 2 Hive of the Eye Tyrants, honestly. Everything else leans towards black mana because of the Invoke Despair, so that way we're able to cast it, hopefully. Other than that, let's go ahead. Hopefully I went over the deck well enough, guys. Control tends to be outside my comfort zone. Either way, let's go ahead, take it into some ranked, and see how it does. Let's see if we can get right into the first match here. I don't know, there were a lot of people playing Alchemy. Oh, there we go, that wasn't that bad. What about you guys? Have you tried out the new Alchemy cards at all by chance? I know there is there are not a lot of people, but I am curious. Let me know in the comments. I think a lot of the new Alchemy cards are actually pretty cool, and I'm a big fan of D&D too, so like the whole like D&D theme is really cool to me. Are we gonna be right up against Boros right away? Well, Play with Fire doesn't hit the Visionary, and Visionary's a pretty good blocker overall for their turn 2s, so it's probably Play with Fire to our face. Nope. They go ahead and save it. Really? Okay, this could be Boros Control then. Yeah, they pass it right back to us. Kind of want to keep this open to ramp off of it, but I also just think we might actually be able to save the 2/2 back and maybe get a treasure token next turn. Also, we have plenty of land in the deck too. We could just draw one as well. We have 25 total land. Voltage Surge, okay. I'm gonna hold this back. I still don't know what this deck is, and I don't think it's worth the 1 damage because we are control, so... Fable. I think the opponent's playing control too, guys. Culling Ritual could be pretty good. We just don't know what we're playing against. I'm gonna toss it, especially since we have a Meathook too. Hopefully we don't end up needing 2 Meathooks. The Haunted Ridge. Binding helps us ramp even more. Destroy the Fable. They get to ramp if we don't take out their 2/2. But I think what's better is letting them filter through their deck. I don't think we want that to happen. We'll keep Visionary back. As weird as that line of play was, I think we kill the Fable of the Mirrorbreaker before they get to discard and draw 2. Because look at how good that ended up being for us. We found our 4th mana, Like, yeah, they get a little ramp, but like, I don't mind. I don't mind a block. Let's not take 2, and if they really want to waste a card to kill the Visionary. Really? Seed of the Empire. Okay, that was interesting. Okay, grab a Forest, and we're gonna grab a Proving Ground. And the Dig Up could be pretty good here. Big score. Even Old Rutstein. I really want this to die, though. Meathook for 2 could just be alright. Yeah, Reflection doesn't have a lot of great targets to copy, so like a Meathook for a couple is fine. I think we're just going to keep the big score open. How do you guys feel about that play? My main reasoning is we get 2 treasure tokens and we could get like an Infernal Grasp, which could hit like a Lore Hold if this happens to be a Lore Hold deck. It sure doesn't look like it, does it? Fable of the Mirror Breaker. So we trade. I don't mind this trade, but let's do the big score first. Actually, never mind. I'm gonna oh crap. I'm gonna take the 2 for now. One of the reasons I don't play Control often is they tend to have a lot of options, but as of right now, we don't know what our options are because we still don't know what the opponent's playing. I guess it's okay to discard Dig Up here, as I'd rather keep the Old Rutstein. Even though the Dig Up could help us find literally whatever we wanted. Okay. Invoke Despair. Honestly, Meathook for 2. And then we can successfully play Old Rutstein with the treasures. And I guess we could save this for cycling and just get the pathway down this turn too. So we could also attempt to swing first. That's way too much. I think they trade though. If they do trade, then maybe we don't Meathook for 2. If it's gonna die, it's gonna die, and they know that. And so would it have just been better to get extra value off the Meathook? Maybe. But now we can just go Invoke Despair to clean up their board. And we still have the Old Rutstein. So this hits their Shaman, the Fable, and we draw a card. Big score. And yeah, we might as well get Old Rutstein down. I can't tell if we're doing good or like, I don't know. I have no idea. Generally speaking, you probably want to get Old Rutstein down as soon as possible to get maximum amount of value, because there's only so many turns in a game, and so, you know, only so many upkeeps. It is a Lore Hold build. Wow. Okay. That's actually pretty shocking. I wonder what they hit here. If it's nothing. We got lucky. Let's go. Oh, we do not want to see all this. We could Meathook for 5, but Old Rutstein? I think we're just gonna big score, look for spot removal. We have plenty of it. Actually, I'm gonna keep the pathway because we can actually play that this turn. I know we're getting more treasure. Oh crap, okay, I'll discard the pathway. Infernal Grasp, okay, good. Whew. We do this before their turn, before they have any extra mana open, and hopefully we don't die. I'm swinging, because I don't think, like, Lore Hold goes over the Rutstein's head anyways, so if it's another Lore Hold, then that's just how it is, you know? Oh no! Alright, we are gonna cycle this now. There's nothing else to do on our turn. We have plenty of mana. Binding of the Old Gods does hit Lorehold next turn. We just have to survive this turn first. Which we might not. We might not survive this. Dragon's Fire. That does hit the Old Rutstein. Aww. That kind of sucks. That kind of sucks. Down to 6. This is a fun match, guys. This is a fun one. Could also Meathook, gain 1, but it's definitely binding here, I think. That's a new animation, isn't it? Kind of cool. We have green already on the board, but we can also safely play this on green. Then we have this to cycle. Alright, opponent, if you have a third Lorehold, I guess the fates have decided. Yeah, we don't have a lot of ways to get that damage through, so we really gotta get going here. We gotta see something. Lolth would be amazing to be able to block the Lorehold. This is a good match though. Win or lose, I'm pretty satisfied with how this has turned out so far. Yeah, another land. Ew. Ew, gross. Well, that's the last forest. Infernal Grasp, we probably want to keep that open. Play Pathway on black, or just keep it in hand as a discard target. We get like another big score or something. Or Fable. Yeah, opponent, you're free. You're free, buddy. At least we get to hit Lorehold before. Oh my goodness. Oh, we are definitely playing Meathook next turn. Oh, I hope they don't have too many of those. They'll have 2 open mana here. Thrilling Discovery. Well, I hope you guys have buckled up for the longest game of our lives. Whoa! That was 2 land discarded for that ability. Ugh. Okay, well maybe it's not going to be too long of a game. Okay, Meathook for 5. Boop. And boop. And we got to keep the 2 mana open for Lorehold, because now they probably just drew it. We could also go Fable of the Mirrorbreaker here, but then if they go Lorehold in the air, they might just win. So yeah, we keep Infernal Grasp open for Lorehold, which kind of sucks, but trying to survive. Yeah, without a lot of win conditions, yeah, trying to lock down a board state and such. Ooh. Everything the opponent has is just straight fire right now. I'm gonna save the Infernal Grasp. We have plenty of mana. Okay, let's go. Lolth is beautiful. Beautiful here. We get to block. We get the job done. We have enough mana open for the Infernal Grasp. There we go. Lolth was a beautiful top deck. Really comes down to what the opponent's going to top deck, which apparently is just fire. We've both been getting pretty decent top decks here. Yeah, Lorehold. Yep. That's the 3rd one, guys. There's not too many left in the deck, luckily. And by too many, I mean there's hopefully only 1 remaining. Lose 2, gain 1. And where's this swing gonna go? The Lolth can only hold these back for so many turns. They end up passing. Oh, buddy. Okay, we're just gonna decline because Bloodchief's Thirst can hit one of these. So that's good. And then I guess we probably use the Lolth ability first. I don't like losing the 1 life, but oh, big score. It's not worth it. We kill one of these while we can, because we get to gain another life from the Meathook. And there's no point in attacking. We don't need the mana or anything. Yeah, we're buckled up. We're in this match. anyone's game, but if they have like a fourth... Oh, okay. So getting rid of Lolth is big for them there. They got some spot removal for it. Oh no, Angel Fire Ignition. Oh, the opponent's deck is so good. Oh no. Yeah, let's just take the damage. Ow. If they have like a play with fire, they deserve it. Just end the game. Okay. Excuse me, guys. We just drew another Meathook. Crap. Do we want to look for spot removal, or do we just want to guarantee that we remove it? Either way, any creature they can give trample to next turn. So I think the big score is the better bet. What do you guys think? Meathook for 6. Alright. Alright, I'm convinced. Meathook for 6 it is. They're gonna go ahead and take the 6 here. And this is like so unfortunate. Because yeah, we could find the spot removal. Binding. Alright, fine. No. Meathook for 6. It's a lot safer. It's a lot safer to do this. This is ridiculous, guys. This is ridiculous. Yeah, we could have found the spot removal off of the big score, but... Yeah, okay, Hive? Hive could start putting in a lot of work. I'm not using the big score on the Hive. When we can start taking out the lore holds and even the Angel Fire Ignition, that's probably the first target first of all. The Angel Fire Ignition probably has to go. Oh, they found their 4th lore hold. Hey, good game, opponent. Very good game. That came down to, was the opponent going to be able to find it? And the answer was probably, yeah, like they had probably 4 Invoke Justice in the deck already. Oh, they just messed up. They might mess up here, guys. We might have another turn. I don't know what they're doing. They want to save the one that's swinging in. Okay, you can't have both of them. Opponent? Yeah. Oh no. Oh no, well, I thought it was over. It's not over. We might find Oh no, I feel so bad. I should just give it to him, but I mean, okay, well they got it anyways. This doesn't... Yeah, we ran out of it anyways. We could power up Hive and take out the Angel Fire Ignition. That's pretty funny though. We could have found removal and then we'd still be in it too. So like, what I like about the opponent's deck... What I like about the opponent's deck is the Sanctuary Warden. What a great card to have in there too. So yeah, we'll just go ahead. I mean, maybe the opponent will make the same mistake. They definitely won't. It might just be their first time playing the deck is the thing. That's probably what it ended up being. We could have found that removal though. That's funny. Either way, it would have been an uphill battle, as the opponent has plenty of ways to get haste. Yeah, just hit one of the other permanents. Like, you don't need to grab Lore Hold. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Sanctuary Warden. That's a sick addition to a Lore Hold build. Very, very cool. Very powerful. Look at them go, honestly. They could... Yeah, I mean, they're making the climb to Platinum. Yeah, that'll be easy with a Lore Hold build, honestly. 17-minute match. Oh my. I'm ranking down, guys. Oh no. Oh no, guys. That's funny. I was testing a few decks in ranked, and I really should not have been in ranked while testing. What I should have done first was just made the climb to Platinum and then tested the decks, but here I am, you know. Either way, this Jund deck can definitely get us there. We might need more win conditions. I don't think so, though. We have plenty of, like, there's lots of great ways to get damage through. And Invoke Despair is one of them, especially when we have, like, the Jukai Naturalist. Wait. Jukai Naturalist. Wait, no. The other card. The other, Shigeki? Bro, I can't remember any of their names anymore. We have 2 Bloodchief's Thirst, so we're just gonna do that now. We can safely get that down, and yeah, we only have 2 of the Culling Rituals, but it's gonna do a lot here against Boros. So, Meathook for 1 is an option eventually. Green, so we can play this out on black. And we just take out their early damage. And now we just kind of hope to draw land, which we have plenty of land in the deck. We don't have to draw land. We could literally draw all of our 1, 2s, and 3s too. Yeah, that's not going to do it. Okay. Past the turn. I guess it's going to come down to how lucky we get now. That's not good. That's not good at all. This was a keepable hand, though. It was. I know it was. I think. Okay, we got our 4th. So Meathook for 2 doesn't hit the Moonrage Brute, unfortunately. The Culling Ritual, however, does hit the Bloodthirsty Adversary. Or we could just keep the big score open and search for spot removal on their turn. Or we could do it this turn and Meathook next turn. Because we only have 2 Bloodchief's Thirsts. They could just win next turn. But I'm going to risk it because a bigger Meathook is better. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. The Moonrage Brute getting away with this. Oh, okay, good. That's good. It's good that it's just those 2. Because now... Okay, we drew some land too. That's good. It does suck that we missed a land, but this is still anyone's game. Brutal Cathar. Ah, this Meathook's gonna feel good, guys. This is for all the times. Let's see, they have 2 open mana. Do we just Meathook for 3 still, though? Or do we Meathook for 4 just in case there's some kind of shenanigans going on? I think we're safe to Meathook for 3. I think we're safe. Okay, I got a little nervous when it stuck, but back up to 11. And now we have Invoke Despair for days to hopefully stop any Thundering Raijus and such. Well, they saved some creatures back. Yep, opponent knew what they were doing. Sunrise Cavalry plugs a counter in. Oh, Cavalier, sorry. Not good. Not good, guys. Not good. Let's see what we draw. We gotta find removal for that. We need to find spot removal for this. Furnace Infinity. Back up to 9. Ah, see, they could still win next turn. This is so sketchy. So sketchy. We have this to cycle if we want, but I don't think we do. Yeah, missing that 1 land set us behind for sure. Nice, okay, so the good news is that they might not win this turn. Might be some burn, though. Could still... Okay. Okay, it switches to nighttime. Yeah, I don't think we wanted to do that. Alright, Invoke. I wonder what's sticking in their hand. Like, I wonder what they end up having here. We found another Invoke Despair. My goodness. Now we gotta stop the... We gotta stop any hasty creatures that come in. So the Fable of the Mirror Breaker is gonna be good. And then also we have the 3rd Invoke Despair in hand already. So grabs that easily. So that's one of the reasons Brutal Cathar is seeing so much more play. All the tokens from the Fables, because everyone's playing Fable. It's just going to be another Invoke Despair, which is putting in crazy amounts of damage. Culling Ritual isn't doing a lot at all, so Binding might be better. I'm tempted by the big score here, though. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm tempted by everything. Tempted by the big score because we're looking for a creature to be able to block too. But we're still gonna just Invoke Despair this turn probably. Okay, Infernal Grasp is pretty good. We have enough mana open for that now. So if they do drop something valuable and hasty, play with fire to the face. Yep. Okay. What else? They're searching. We're back up to 5 because Meathook's disgusting. Okay, Shigeki gets down and blocks. And Infernal Grasp does damage to us anyways, so we better just get a blocker down instead. We'll see, guys. We'll see. Infernal Grasp is particularly bad against these Boros builds because they get us down so far. But I think it's just going to be Harness Infinity at the end of one of their turns and then Invoke Despair them to death. Royal Eruption instead of hitting our face. Whoa. Bloodthirsty Adversary doesn't have enough, but it can swing for 2. Old Rutstein. There is way too many cards that the opponent can draw that just ends us. Even the Harness Infinity, like, yeah, we can keep it open for their turn, but what if we just die from their top deck? So the Old Rutstein might be wiser. Can safely play this on green. And then we have 2 open for the Infernal Grasp. We want to do this on their turn, by the way. That way you don't have to discard. Old Rutstein might just be wiser. Alright, it's going to be Old Rutstein because we immediately mill. Blood token, okay. Let's use that blood token on one of the Infernal Grasps because we're low enough to where that's not doing a lot. Still have 5 open, so we could also cycle this, which we're going to do on their turn. Yeah, guys, there's so much that they can draw that just wins them the game. These matches have been weird. You guys will have to let me know. Have I been playing it out well enough? They end up swinging. And we end up trading. Emergency Infernal Grasp. Okay. Back up to 4. Because Meathook is nasty. Jukai. Okay, very nice. See what we get here. It does switch to nighttime. Lolth, oh no, come back. It's okay, Lolth, I'll get you next turn. We can play this down. And we have 10. So we'll have what, 3? 1, 2. Okay, I'm just making sure. Oh no, we need the triple green. Crap. I want to Harness Infinity. So I'm just going to use one of these on one of the Visionaries. I know the Visionary can also bring back cards, but I want to Harness Infinity so bad. Yeah, the Visionary can also just bring stuff back. Alright, we end up passing. No attacks, end turn. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. So what the Harness Infinity does... No, that's a play with fire! Get out of here, opponent! What are they gonna draw, dude? It's gonna be... They get to scry is the problem. No, it goes to the bottom. Did you get it? Thundering Raiju? Oh my goodness. We're gonna take... Oh no, we can block, we can block. We can block. Oh crap, guys. Okay, unfortunately Old Rutstein dies, but we'll be able to get it back to the hand here. And Infernal Grasp is doing nothing. So... They're thinking, do they swing? Like, they don't know what's in our hand, but it's definitely a swing. They gotta keep the pressure on. Block. We could have actually... Yeah, no, never mind. It's fine. Everything's fine. This is a deck where you gotta think. Harness Infinity. This is ridiculous. I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start. We're at 2, so we can't use the Infernal Grasp. GG opponent, GG. Yeah, I mean, it was going to be... So they were at 5, and let me show real quick. We got to go through the ranking up thing. So, view battlefield. So, first of all, were there any untapped lands? Yes. So, we play the untapped land. That gives us 10 total mana, I think. I think we were on 9 out here, and we needed the 10th. Then we Invoke Despair, right? And then Invoke Despair. So, that would have done it. Woo! Defeating Boros feels so good, but Meathook, like, carries decks like this. Guys, we're gonna try for one more, but honestly, do we even have time? No, not really. So if this ends up being a really, really long one, which it probably will be, I'll probably, if I have to, I'll end up conceding before we hit, like, the 50-minute mark or something. Because as you guys know, I don't like games going on for that long. So the reason this is keepable is because the Jukai Visionary, that's what it was called. Shigeki Jukai Visionary. Anyways, yeah, that helps us potentially find more mana off the top. And so, while it's a janky hand, it was keepable, in my opinion. You can keep the Infernal Grasp open, but... I kind of want to do this now, before they have any weird things that they can do. First of all, like before, like if I activate the ability and then they just like kill it or something with their open mana. So we need a red source. Reveal the top 4 cards of your library. Put a land card from among them. I don't even think this comes out as red, so we're just gonna grab the Deathcap here. I'm pretty sure you can't decide how the pathway hits the board. Oh, guys, let me know in the comments. I think this would have came out on the Blightstep over the Seer Step. Yeah, that feels like a counter, doesn't it? That feels like a counter. Hopefully we draw some land. Okay, a blood token. Doesn't hurt anything. Helps us get through the deck a bit more. Was it a mulligan? Yeah, I guess so. But, we're not doing bad. We're not doing too bad. Yeah, if this would have hit on Seer Step, then we'd be doing much better because of Fable of the Mirror Breaker, but I don't think it would have. So, if we... Okay, Thundering. Aww, that means we won't get treasure tokens. Darn it. Oh no. Oh no. 1. Okay, we're doing this turn. Infernal Grasp is probably really bad because Goldspan Dragon's probably in that build. While sure, it's removal, it's just not as good as a couple Fables and stuff. Oh, thank goodness. What if this doesn't hit now? Let's see it, opponent. Okay, we got the Fable on the board, and now we should actually be able to start doing stuff. Fading Hope on the token. Yeah, a lot of Izzet builds floating about. It's been Boros and Izzet. Those are the two main things that I've been running into. Okay. So I don't mind just playing this turn. If we find an untapped land, we'll try for the Lolth, but I don't think that's going to hit. Bloodchief's Thirst. Big Score is probably one that we can safely send. I don't know. Yeah, we'll submit those two. Big Score helps us dig deeper, but it just... Okay, Riveteers Charm is good against Goldspan builds. We might want to keep this open. Nah, not this time. Not this time. I'm gonna attempt the other Fable. 6 mana open. This feels like a memory deluge. It could be a big score of their own. Oh, Invoke Calamity. Whoa. 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 Oh, crap. Wait, where was... Oh, that was in their hand. Okay. They got a Body of Research combo build. We might just die here. We do. Good game, opponent. Holy cow. Yeah, we were way too slow for that. Oh my goodness. You guys love that I was playing around a Goldspan or like a Hanada build. So keeping like the Infernal Grasp and stuff just didn't make a lot of sense for that. And this is what we're actually up against. Ah, man, the importance of knowing the deck that you're playing against is actually insane. That was an awesome game though, opponent. GG. So I wish we would have been able to showcase more matches, but honestly, I think those matches showcased the deck quite well. As you can see, it's going to be an uphill battle, but any deck you bring into ranked right now, it's tough, man. It's tough over there in ranked. Like, people are not playing around. Unfortunately, as I would prefer that everyone was playing around, you know? Like that, I mean, the last deck, that's kind of playing around. That was kind of awesome because technically, you would think that that deck would be janky, but essentially it's Izzet control with the win condition of the Body of Research, and so actually ended up being really good there, didn't it? Few noteworthy things, guys. Meathook's just too important. You could totally rock 4 of them if you wanted to, but there are going to be moments where you just don't want to see it in your hand, and also it's legendary, so I don't know. 3 of them is probably at a good spot. You could drop a Jukai Visionary and go up a Bloodchief's Thirst. I think the spot removal in the Bloodchief's Thirst is going to be way more important than just a chump blocker / ramp on the Visionary. You could go up an Invoke Despair if you're the kind of person who likes to rock all 4 Despairs in your deck. I know I am. I didn't want to this time because there were just a lot of other cards I wanted to squeeze in here. Going up a Lolth could help a lot too, and maybe drop an Old Rutstein, where these are both legendary too, so it's not like you can have multiple, but Old Rutstein does a lot, and it does have a target on its back because of how much it does. So I think the 3 of them ended up working out, but if you want to, you could drop one of these, drop one of these, go up a Bloodchief's Thirst, and go up a Lolth, and I think that would be pretty good. Harness Infinity is definitely worth the 1 of in the build. It sucks that this insanely cool card is rotating out this September, but I mean, so are a lot of other insanely cool cards too, so I think Big Score was pretty good, but you could probably go down to 1 and opt in for more removal on the top end as well. Don't forget that second Lolth just gives you more ways to win the game, where, like I said earlier, there's not a lot of ways, there's not a lot of win conditions. You're just trying to do damage with Invoke Despair and the Lolth. The channel ability on the Jukai Visionary is actually really easy to forget, but it's one of the main reasons it's in the deck too, so don't forget about the channel ability. Like, there were probably a few moments where I could have used the channel to grab removal from the grave and recast that removal on the same turn because of how much mana we were able to generate. Excuse me, guys. So Infernal Grasp is one of those cards where with all the Boros running around, the losing 2 life is actually just really bad. And so a card that you might want to swap out, which I don't know if it's going to be the best in here, but the March of the Wretched Sorrow could be pretty good. There are plenty of black cards. So as an additional cost to cast this spell, you may exile any number of black cards from your hand. This spell costs 2 less to cast for each card exiled this way. and then it deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker, and you gain X life. So the life gain is going to be huge here. One of the main reasons I didn't have it in the build is because it's not a mono black build, and so you couldn't just, like, you can't get rid of your Dig Up or your Jukai Visionaries, Fable, Big Score, which actually, now that I say it out loud, isn't that many cards, but it's still enough to where you're going to be sitting there with March and maybe just a Fable and a Visionary in hand, and nothing you can do about the March except for actually tap down your mana, which might not be enough, especially when some of those Boros builds know how to get their creatures nice and stacked from the Luminarch and stuff. So something to consider, though, for sure, especially if you're running into a lot of issues with the Infernal Grasp. This was a lot of fun, guys. Good change of pace, definitely outside my comfort zone, but you guys have requested more control builds, and so I will try to squeeze in a control build here and there. And this time around, I did want to make sure that it actually had red in it, so I'm following my own rules. But enough of you guys have asked for other control builds that I think it'll be okay to go ahead and maybe try a blue-white control just to see how we do. You know, join the dark side, I guess. But either way, if you made it this far into the video, y'all are champions, and I super duper appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.